What up today, guys? This is Swinnybum, and I want to start a conversation with the viewers, and I want to talk about what I'm really excited for at the moment. I think the most thing I'm excited for is me and Mikey's project we're going to work on, Mike Taylor, and our project basically is a horror movie. I'm going to start working on the script, hopefully put the script together. Hopefully do a summary first, because what I do for any type of script is I make a summary first, and I make a summary of the script, and then I run off the script, run off the summary of it, and then I make the full detailed one. But making a script is really hard, and you have to think really careful, and you have to do shit really carefully. But yeah, I'm thinking at the moment, like, what can I do to keep me thinking, you know, with my mind and shit about this project. I'm thinking like maybe I should just go into movies, you know. I'm just gonna watch a shit ton of movies, shit ton of horror films, because it's gonna be a horror project. So I'm gonna watch a shit ton of horror films. There's another thing that my mum said. I was talking to my mum about it, and she was like, why don't you try and like look at history and shit and like try and get ideas from history? It's like basically the movie project we're gonna work on, it's basically about a witch. That's basically what it's about. It's like a creepy ass witch, basically. You know, and I've got to think of a look for her. I've got to think what will she look like, you know? What will the film look like? You know, will it be, I don't know. I'm trying to think what it could be like, but mainly probably dark. Probably go with dark. It'll be dark and scary. And what we're trying to think is like, maybe if we make the film, instead of it trying to be like one of these normal shit films nowadays, like, have you guys watched any of the modern films nowadays? Like the modern horror films? Like, they're generally the most awfulest piece of shit films I've ever seen. It's like last night I watched, is it Unfriended? I think it might be. I think it's Unfriended. And it's this film where it's about Facebook, basically. Why the fuck do they keep making those fucking awful films? Like, honestly, nobody wants to see a handheld film anymore. They are honestly the most shittest fucking crap I've ever seen. It's just so bad, man. It's like, how come these directors get their shit pulled out, and it's the shittest fucking idea ever. Like, I hate that genre, man. It's like the only handheld film I like, which is a horror film, is Blair Witch Project, and that's it. I love that movie because it's so subtle, and there isn't, like, you can interpret it in many ways, there isn't one way to interpret it, and that's a really good way to filmmake, you know? But like, I've been thinking at the moment, like, whenever you make a movie, I feel like the best thing to do is leave it to interpretation, you know? When people watch a movie, like, they got to interpret it in their own sort of way of looking at it, you know? You can't have a movie and say, oh, look at it this way, and that's it, you know? That's why I look up to film directors like Stanley Kubrick and Martin Scorsese, and I'm trying to think what else, Quentin Tarantino, those type of movie directors, because they leave so much stuff unopened. Like, so much stuff in the films they make are just like, maybe he survived, or maybe that guy survived, or da-da-da-da-da, and it's up to you to think about it. Like, for example, a film that a lot of filmmakers look up to is 2001: Space Odyssey. And the first time I watched that movie, I thought, man, this movie's not that great. You know, it's a bit boring. But I looked at loads of documentaries about it, and looked at loads of people talking about it. And honestly, it's probably one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's like, the director said, when he was making it, he wanted it to be sort of a way for people to look at a film and make a story of it for themselves. That's why you don't get what's going on in the film. And that's why it seems so good to me, you know? If you look at it that way, because when you go into a movie and you watch it, you expect it to have a storyline, and you expect it to have a narrative, and you expect it to give something to you. But when you watch something like 2001 Space Odyssey, it seems weird because, like, there isn't really a story to it. It's just random shit. And then you've got to fill in the blanks, you know? That's what I want to do in my filmmaking. You know, I want to fuck people's minds. That's what I want to do. But not like tedious type of shit, like stuff that actually makes sense, you know? Because I think there is an example of a director who sort of goes that route, but he does seem a bit like he's taking the piss a little. I'll name him. He's called, I think he's called Nicholas Winding Refn. I think that's his name. He's like a French director. He directed Drive, you know, with Ryan Gosling. He directed that. That was brilliant. I love that movie. But he also directed shit like Only God Forgives, and he directed I don't know, some other shit like one called Neon Demon. It's a weird ass film, but you don't get what the fuck's going on in the scenes, and you think he's acting a bit like, oh, maybe you can interpret it this way. When in actuality, you watch it and you think, there's no fucking story, man. Like, you do have to have a story, but if you can make people interpret it in a certain way, in a certain pattern, then you've pretty much got a good film. Like Pulp Fiction, Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey. Who else was I saying? I said someone else. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I said some other fucker as well that I look up to. Fuck's sake, can't remember his name. I don't know, but John Carpenter. I look up to John Carpenter as well. John Carpenter's one. If you've never watched a John Carpenter film, the only films I would say to watch John Carpenter is 1, Halloween, which is one of his most successful films. Second is probably The Thing. I think it's 1985, I think. I don't know, I can't keep track of years. And the last one is Escape from LA. And I look up to those films so much, because those films to me are like the pinnacle of what 80s were, and 80s had such a good horror. So like, it was the generation of horror basically. That's why I love those fucking movies. But yeah. So yeah, like, me and Matty are just trying to start working on this project. And I hope Matty's 100% with me, because that would be so good. Like, if we can make a really good horror film, and it makes people scared, and makes people like, what the fuck did I just watch? You know, that type of shit. It's like, if me and Matty accomplish something like that, then I am just feeling so fucking good about myself if we do something like that. It's like, if we actually nail down, you know, we have like a plan, a script, and then, I don't know, we get a camera or do whatever, and we just follow the guidelines of the script. And then we try and film in a cinematic look and try and make it look good and have a good story. But yeah, hopefully it goes good. Hopefully people watch it. I think we should start, like, I'm going to start working on the script. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start like talking to Matty occasionally. And I'm going to ask Matty like, maybe we should put this in the scene, or maybe we should put that in the scene, or that, this, or that. Shit. Yeah, but like, I want Mike to work on the storyboard as well. The storyboard is, it's like I'm working on the script. The script's a description of what's happening. The storyboard is a visualization of what's happening. You know, that's why you need both to get a story across. You know, you need a script to describe, you know, for people who read it, describe what's going on. You need a storyboard to actually get the actions across and make the actions look good. You know, do you get what I mean? Like the art style, basically. So yeah, I think Matty would do very good at the storyboard. And I'll write the script, and I'll have conversations. We'll have conversations with Matty. And hopefully we can put a story together. That's like the first step. Putting the story together with the script, the visualization. Second is probably finding equipment, finding locations, you know, trying to plan out where we can film, trying to plan out what we can do, you know. And third is just getting it all done, you know, just filming it, just actually doing it, you know. Those to me are the three steps I should, you know, try and get to. But yeah, hopefully it goes well. Probably will. But yeah, fuck, I've been talking quite a bit. I talk too much, but fuck me. So thank you. Bye. Thanks for watching. Go fuck yourselves. See you later. Basically, I say, and this is happening. This is the start of Bumnick Bros Productions. I hope it is the start, and I hope Matty is 100% with me. Hopefully we can have a conversation and get shit done, you know, like a proper fucking business. That's what I want to do. Like, I want it to take seriously, you know. I want us to take it seriously, not just mess around constantly like we always do. But we just need a plan, and we need to stick by it. Eventually something will pull through, and hopefully it does. But yeah, kiss my ass, suck my dick, and bye.